there and welcome. You're about to watch a Lakehead International live webinar. It is a great way to explore what Lakehead University is all about. In this session, you'll hear insights and stories from Lakehead professors, staff, and current students. While watching, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. For now, let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Discover Faculty of Business session today at Lakehead University. I'm Hardika Narayankar, part of the Lakehead International team, and I work as the International Social Media Officer. It's great to have you guys with us today, whether you're just starting to explore university options or Lakehead is just something that you have shortlisted. No matter where you are in your journey, this session is going to give you a clear picture of what it's like to study business at Lakehead. So over the next little while, we'll be diving into this, everything that makes our Faculty of Business Administration stand out, and from our undergraduate and graduate programs to co-op placements, as well as career pathways for business professionals. So by the end of the session, you will have a better understanding of whether Lakehead's Faculty of Business is the right place to launch your career. So let's just start with an overview of Lakehead University. So we are a public university in Ontario, Canada, with 3 distinctive locations: Thunder Bay, Aurelia, and a specialized STEM hub in Barrie. But Lakehead is more about more than just campuses. It's about the community. What makes us stand out is the strong sense of connection that you'll find here. And life at Lakehead goes beyond lectures and assignments. It's about engaging with your professors, collaborating with your classmates, and being part of a welcoming, supportive environment, both for on-campus and off-campus. And one of the things that makes us unique is our focus on undergraduate research. So unlike many of us universities where research opportunities are mostly for upper year or graduate students, Lakehead students can get involved from their very first year. And that hands-on experience gives you a real head start in your field. Now let's talk about our achievements. We have ranked top 3 in Canada for research in our category. We have been named a #1 university in North America among schools with fewer than 10,000 students by Times Higher Education. We are consistently ranked in Maclean's top 5 university in our category across Canada. So even though we are a smaller university, our research impact and student success are anything but small. Another benefit students often highlight is our class sizes. So instead of being just another face in a large lecture hall, you'll enjoy a more personal learning experience. Our student to faculty ratio is 15:1 in Thunder Bay and 13:1 in Aurelia, giving you a better access to professors and also opportunities to build meaningful academic connections. We are also proud of our diverse community. With students over 90 countries, you'll be learning alongside peers with a wide range of perspectives, enriching your experience and broadening your worldview. And when it comes to life after graduation, Lakehead students are ready. In fact, 96.2% of our graduates are employed within 2 years, higher than the Ontario average of about 94%. So it's a clear sign that our students leave confident, capable, and also prepared to succeed in their careers. Now let's talk about something on our overview, which is why do you think so many international students choose Canada? So there might be a lot of reasons for that, but for starters, Canada is recognized as one of the top 10 greenest countries in the world, offering a high quality of life. It's clean, sustainable surroundings. It's also ranked among the top 14 most peaceful countries globally, which means that students can feel safe, supported, and genuinely welcome no matter where they come from. Canada is consistently ranked as one of the best countries to live in thanks to its high quality of life, safety, and peaceful environment. It's also one of the most welcoming and inclusive countries in the world. In fact, Canada was the first country to officially adopt multiculturalism, which helps explain why nearly a million international students from across the globe have chosen to study and live here and now call this country their home.
Now let's talk about something that's important to a lot of students, which is work opportunities and what comes after graduation. So while you're studying, you can work up to 24 hours a week during the semester. It's an excellent way to manage expenses, gain some Canadian work experience, and also start building your professional network. After graduation, every Lakehead program qualifies you for post-graduation work permit, which can give you up to 3 years of open work experience in Canada. And on a long term, so you can receive extra points for your Canadian university degree when applying for permanent residency. All right, with that, we will continue exploring the Faculty of Business Administration. Let's dive a bit deeper into the programs that we offer both on graduate and undergraduate level. So, first and foremost, I want to highlight some of the unique learning opportunities and achievements of our faculty. For our undergraduate viewers, whether you're coming straight from high school or transferring from another college or university, you have the option to enter directly into year one of your business studies here at Lakehead University. There are no foundational years, so you'll dive straight into business studies. In your first and second years at the undergraduate level, you'll explore all areas of business to give you a better perspective. Will later to give you a better perspective. We'll later hear from one of our students about their experience completing these years early. We also offer 9 undergraduate majors as and we also ranked in the top 6% of our business schools worldwide and are ACSB accredited. Another standout feature is our paid cooperative work experience option. So these are all formal work placements built into your degree, recognized on your parchment when you graduate. And they are partnered with employers locally, nationally, and internationally, allowing you to gain work experience while earning an income. We also hold several professional accreditations, which is CPA accreditation. Accounting majors can meet the prerequisites for the CPA program. CFA, Institute of University Affiliation Program, which is for finance majors that cover at least 70% of the CFA program candidate body of knowledge with an emphasis on ethics and professional conduct. Then Human Resources Professionals Association, which is HRPA accreditation. Human Resources majors complete courses approved for certified human resources designations for students seeking international exposures. We offer dual degree programs in partnerships with European universities. We'll also provide work integrated learning programs where students participate in regional and national business competitions and also collaborate on projects with community organizations. So these opportunities help theoretical knowledge to real world examples. Now let's talk about the programs for a while. So we have undergraduate programs, accounting, business administration, business analytics and information systems, business economics, finance, general management, human resources management, industrial relations, international business, marketing. And some of our graduate programs are Master of Administration, which is MBA, Master of Science in Business Management for students already working towards their bachelor's degree, whether here at Lakehead or elsewhere. You will have a clear pathway to further education with our master's program. Now, talking about career opportunities, our graduates pursue a wide range of careers. Some traditional paths include accountant, financial analyst, some commercial or investment banker, human resource officer, supply chain and logistics coordinator, IT specialist, entrepreneurs, manager and executive controllers, CEOs. We are proud that our most recent graduates achieved a 100% employment rate within 2 years of graduation. As someone who has walked this path, a lot of times, I can attest to the opportunities and experiences that you'll gain here. Next, we'll hear from the faculty and the current students about their journey and the Faculty of Business Administration. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. My name is Hardika Narayankar, and I'm excited to have you join us for this special conversation with the Dean of Faculty of Business Administration here at Lakehead University. So today we'll be exploring what makes our Faculty of Business unique, the different pathways available for both undergraduate and graduate students, and why Lakehead is such a great place to pursue your studies. So without further delay, I'm very pleased to welcome our guest, Dr. Subbu Sivaramakrishnan, Dean of the Faculty of Business Administration. Thank you so much for joining us today. So Dr. Subbu, before we dive into the programs and opportunities, could you just start by introducing yourself and sharing a little bit about your background and your journey with Lakehead?
Sure. Thank you, Hardika. And as Hardika mentioned, my name is Subbu Sivaramakrishnan, and I'm Dean of the Faculty of Business Administration here at Lakehead University. I want to welcome you all. Thank you very much for joining this webinar. And it's my absolute pleasure to tell you about our Lakehead business programs.
Perfect. I wanted to ask you, so for our undergraduate students, can you talk about majors, minors, and how the entire program is structured in the first 2 years before students choose a specialization?
Absolutely. Let me first start off by telling you that we have two campuses. We have one campus in Thunder Bay, which is in Northern Ontario, surrounded by stunning natural beauty. And the other campus is in Aurelia, which is just about an hour and 15 minutes away from Toronto. Again, a beautiful town flanked by two lakes, yet only 75 minutes away from all the excitement of Toronto. In terms of our undergraduate programs, our flagship program is the BCom Honors, otherwise called the HBCom degree, and we offer it out of both campuses. In Lakehead, we offer a few different specializations. Currently, we have 8 different majors that you can pick from. And in Aurelia, we currently have one major, which is a business administration major, but you can get a minor in finance in Aurelia if you choose. In Thunder Bay, you can get both majors and minors. Regardless of whether you do your degree in Thunder Bay or Aurelia, the degree you get is a BCom Honors. And the first 2 years of the program are where you're taking courses in many different areas of business. Okay, regardless of what career you choose, you need to have some accounting, some finance, some marketing, some HR, some business analytics, some strategy, and so on. So we make sure that you get all those in your first 2 years. And from your third year, depending on the major or the minor, you can decide what courses you want to take. And so from your third and fourth years, the courses will be somewhat different. Now, we have also an exciting option called our International Dual Degree. This is one of our unique features. This is where you can spend almost a full year in France, England, or Germany and get 2 degrees. So you get a degree from the university in that country, and you get a degree from Lakehead. It adds nothing to your tuition. It adds nothing to the duration of your 4-year program. So this is a fantastic opportunity also that you might want to explore.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, there are some students who have shared with us that this flexibility has helped them discover a passion that they hadn't considered before. Like, for example, one student initially thought that they wanted to pursue marketing, but then they ended up switching to human resources after exploring certain different courses in their first 2 years. So I had another question. So how common is it for students to change their path, and how does the faculty support them when they do that?
It's very common. We do not expect all students to know exactly what they want to do at the end of 4 years. So there are many students who will come in thinking, well, I will do marketing, but then they might switch to finance, or they come in thinking they want to specialize in international business, and they decide to specialize in human resource management. That flexibility is completely there. We recommend that by the end of your second year, you make up your mind as to what you might want to specialize in. The reason for that is in your third and fourth years is when you're taking your courses towards your specialization. So if you make your decision too late, you might end up taking some courses which you may not be able to utilize in your degree. But no learning is wasted learning. Everything is useful. So yeah, there's complete flexibility. And not to mention, we also have flexibility between campuses. So let's say you came to Thunder Bay, you decided, well, I want to move to Aurelia, or vice versa. That mobility is also possible. So tremendous flexibility in whichever way you want it.
That's really good to know. I mean, the audience might be able to, resonate with that, and also it will help them in their future. So I had another question though. So can you also touch base on the pathway opportunities for undergraduates who want to continue on to certain graduate programs like the MBA or Master of Science in Management? What would you like to say about that?
Sure. So we have a variety of graduate programs that we offer. So we offer the MBA, which is the Master of Business Administration. We offer the Master of Science in Management, which I'll tell you a bit more about. We also offer some graduate diplomas. So one of our popular graduate diplomas is the one in accounting, which is CPA accredited and prepares you for a CPA to take the CPA exams. We also offer a graduate diploma in management. Now, let me just explain the difference. An MBA is the kind of degree you want to do if you wanted to have a corporate type of career. Let's say you want to become the CEO of a company someday. An MBA would be tremendously helpful with that. We have different types of MBA programs. So we have a 12-month MBA. So in 1 year, you get your MBA. We have a 16-month MBA. We also have a part-time MBA, which typically takes about 3 years. The Master of Science in Management is meant for those students who want to have specialized knowledge in an area, maybe more research oriented. Maybe you're thinking about maybe someday I'll do a PhD. If you're thinking about that, then an MSc is the degree for you. This again, you can do in 1 year, and as part of that program, you can decide whether you want to do an academic research project or an applied research project. So depending on what your interest is. The graduate diploma in accounting is 5 courses that you take over 1 term. And as I said, that's typically done by our accounting students who want to go on to get a CPA designation. That's an option as well. Or you can do the graduate diploma in management, which is a few MBA courses that you will be doing. However, what you get is a graduate diploma. And typically you can do that over 1 term or sometimes 2 terms. So there's a variety of options, and we would hope that some of our best students will go on to get one of our graduate degrees.
Thank you so much for that information. I would like to also highlight a graduate student story here. So Lavva Chaudhary from Bangladesh actually worked on her capstone project with the Thunder Bay Police Service. They tackled a lot of real world challenges and also presented certain solutions to the organization. And she also then later joined the Impact Mentoring Program, which later helped her to land a job role at Deloitte shortly after graduation. So, and also she also completed a dual degree in France, showing just how global and career focused our programs can be. So following up on that, how does the faculty create opportunities like this for the students on a regular basis?
Well, the opportunities are there, and we make those opportunities available, but it's ultimately up to the student to utilize as much of it as they can. And we do strongly encourage that our students not just focused on their courses, because all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we do want you to participate in extracurriculars, so get involved, maybe do the co-op, maybe do the international exchange, maybe do the international dual degree, get involved in student clubs. Get involved in activities on campus. So there's a variety of opportunities, because employers are not just looking for students who have high grades. They're looking for students who are well-rounded. And so the development of the soft skills is tremendously important in university. And I very strongly encourage that you make use of those opportunities, which we do make available to all our students.
I agree totally. We know Lakehead welcomes applicants from across the world. So could you tell us more about how the graduate programs and what makes them attractive to international students?
Yeah, so we have a fairly large number of international students in our undergraduate program also, but our MBA and MSc programs are have a much higher percentage of international students, and there's a variety of reasons why international students choose to come to Lakehead. There are many different reasons. One is if you look at our tuition fees. Um, our tuition fees are lower than that of many other universities. That is not an indicator of quality. It's just that since we okay, cut that.
That's fine.
This again. Um,
That's fine.
Let me do it again.
Yeah.
Um, so the question was, why would international students come here? Okay. Let me just restart. So there's a variety of reasons why international students choose to come to Lakehead. We do have a fairly large number of international students in our undergraduate program and an even larger percentage in our graduate programs, particularly the MBA and the Master of Science. And the reason why international students choose to come to Lakehead. One is our tuition fees are very affordable. And if you compare the tuition fees we charge compared to that of many other universities, you will find that Lakehead is a very affordable destination for international students. By no means is that an indicator of quality. We are AACSB accredited, which is, for those of you who may not know what AACSB is, it's a seal of quality. It means we have gone through rigorous quality testing, and we offer high quality programs. It's just that we don't charge as much as many other schools do. A second reason why many students come to Lakehead is for immigration reasons, and I'll let you do your research on that. What makes Lakehead both in the Thunder Bay region and the Aurelia region attractive from an immigration perspective. The third is that we are a very welcoming university of all nationalities, language, religions, cultures, and so on. And so international students feel very much at home here. And we have many international students. In fact, most of our international students, when they come to either Thunder Bay or Aurelia, they make it their permanent home. So even after they graduate, they get jobs in the region and they remain here because they just find it very welcoming. So a variety of reasons why international students might want to come to Lakehead.
That's very exciting, especially given how global today's business world is. And to all our audience, Lakehead's Faculty of Business is AACSB accredited, which is a distinction held by fewer than 6% of business schools worldwide. So could you explain why that accreditation matters for students?
Yes. Well, would you buy a product if it was low quality? You would not. So what's an indicator of quality for business schools? It's the accreditations that they have. And the most well-known accreditation for business schools, it is a 5-letter abbreviation, AACSB. And that's a worldwide accrediting body for business schools. So what that means is they check many different aspects of what the business school does, the quality of instructors, the success rate of students, the connections with the business community, the research output, and so on and so forth. And they do all this. They have all these many metrics of quality, and if you do not meet those standards of quality, you do not get accredited. And we have been accredited, and which indicates that we have withstood the measure of quality that AACSB has. So you can be safe in assuming that when you come to Lakehead, you're getting a good quality education. Sorry.
That's fine. Thank you so much for that. So finally, one final question for you. If you had just 60 seconds or less to share your prospective students, why they should consider Lakehead, and what would you say? What would your advice be for them?
Great question, Hartika. So I can think of at least 3 reasons that set us apart. One is small class sizes. For those of you who are in high school, You are used to a small number of students in your class. The one thing you probably don't know is that when you go to university, you might be in a classroom with 100, 200, or even 400 other students. Here at Lakehead, we don't do that. We are proud of our class size, small class sizes, and we have intentionally kept it that way. So here in the Faculty of Business, the largest class that you might be in will have about 50 students, and that is in your first or second year. As you move up to your third and fourth year, we are talking 10 to 30 students. And in the MBA, MSc, graduate diplomas, again, we are talking a smaller number of students. What does that mean to you? It means you get personal attention from the professor. It means you're not just another number in the class. Students are known by name, so the professors would learn everybody's names. And that makes you, that's an experience which would be very much like what you have in school. And you're not just another person in a sea of students in a classroom, number one. Second reason, both Thunder Bay and Aurelia are relatively smaller towns. What does that mean to you? Lower cost of living. You're not sitting in traffic for an hour to get to campus. No matter where you live, in Thunder Bay or Aurelia, you are on campus within probably, say, 10 minutes. Or even if you're in Aurelia, you can commute from the GTA, which many of our students do. It's a highway, so your commute will be pretty fast. And not to mention the natural beauty you have in both these towns, as opposed to, say, being in a concrete jungle, like in big cities. And the third feature, especially as I told you in our in our undergraduate program, is our international dual degree. Not too many universities have such an option where you can spend 4 years, of which one full year you can spend in another country and earn 2 degrees. Okay, and you're not paying anything more in tuition, you're not spending any more time, and it's a wonderful eye-opening experience when you spend a full year in another continent, especially if they have a different language and a different culture, and you'll come back a very different person. So as part of an international dual degree, just to quickly tell you how that works, years 1 and 2 will be at Lakehead. Year 3, you will spend either in France, England, or Germany. These are 3 countries where we currently have degrees, and we might have more by the time you join Lakehead. And the 4th year, you again come back to Lakehead and you complete your degree here. Okay, so to sum up, lower cost of living without long commute times and the commotions of big cities. Second is sorry, I should actually take that, go in the correct order.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay. To sum up, 3 main reasons: smaller class sizes, okay, where professors will know you by name and you get personal attention. Second reason, small towns, which means lower cost of living and less commute times and without the commotions of big cities. And the third reason is if you're thinking of an undergraduate degree, we do have the international dual degree. But if you're thinking of possibly something like an MBA or a Master of Science, again, you can get it in just 1 year. Not all universities offer a 1-year program, but we do. Okay, so 3 great reasons why you should consider coming to Lakehead. Don't take it from me, but you can listen to some of our students about what they have to say, and I'm sure they'll tell you the same thing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Subbu, for those valuable insights. And it's clear that our Faculty of Business combines academic excellence with real-world experiences and also a strong sense of community. So to everyone joining us today, we'll be moving into the next part of the session where we'll dive deeper into specific program details. But before that, I just want to sincerely thank you, Dr. Sivaramakrishnan, for taking the time to share your perspective with us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Hardika. And once again, I want to thank you all for joining this webinar. And I wish you all the very best. And I hope to see many of you here on campus next year. All the best.
So joining us today is Binoy Abraham, a student in the Honors Bachelor's of Commerce program at our Aurelia campus. Joel has been actively involved in student leadership, extracurricular activities, and even started his own business while studying. So Joel, thank you so much for being here. Can you introduce yourself?
Thank you so much for that introduction, Hardika. Yeah, it's a pleasure being here today, giving my testimonial to Lakehead. Uh, I have been in Lakehead since January 2023. I joined in like during the middle of the year. I came in from India to straight into the weather of Canada. That was a very fun experience, I must say. But I really loved my experience in Aurelia. I really enjoyed the culture that Canada has to offer. The people are absolutely lovely, and that gave me so many opportunities here at Lakehead to take on leadership roles and really take my personal development to the next level, as well as take the university to the next level while I've been here.
That's really great. And I'm really excited to have you here because you have built such a well-rounded university experience. So let's start from the beginning. When did you first decide to study business at Lakehead? What drew you to the program and the Aurelia campus?
Yeah, so I decided that I wanted to do business at a very late stage of my life, I'd say. I was very interested in the financial world, and what the stock market had to say, what different markets had to say when I was in like 11th or 12th grade. And when I was applying to different universities all across Canada, what really attracted me to Lakehead Aurelia in specific was the fact that the Aurelia campus was so close to Toronto, which has really helped. All the clubs that we have at Aurelia. Whenever there's an event in Toronto, it's just a hour drive away for us, so we can easily just go to Toronto for anything that we need. And Lakehead obviously was a no-brainer once I did my research on it. I really loved the fact that the classrooms being the size that it is gives you that one-to-one connection with the professor. I'll be honest with you, I've really taken a lot of time out from the professor's office period hours, essentially, right? So I've spent a lot of time talking to my profs outside classrooms, getting that individualized attention for my specific questions that I have to ask them. That obviously, getting access to PhD level educators and having one-on-one time with them every week after classes are done, or even during classes, are incredible for me. Having that opportunity, which you really don't find anywhere else, right? It's very hard to find that experience anywhere else. So Lakehead was a no-brainer for me uh, while I was making those decisions, those initial decisions. The close proximity to Toronto was a really important thing for me. And the individualized attention that I get from the professors have really allowed me to take my business and take my clubs and my own personal ambition to the next level.
That's something we hear a lot from our students, and that sense of community really stands out. You have also been heavily involved in extracurriculars, including your work with BOSS, the Business Aurelia Student Society. Can you tell us a bit about that, and how does being involved in it shaped your student experience?
Yeah, for sure. So initially, in when I was in second year, I had the opportunity to start the Enactus Club at Lakehead, and I was the president, the inaugural president and founder of the Enactus Club in Aurelia. And we had a professor named Professor Yuan Wu, who was our mentor for Enactus. I got involved with the business camp, with the business society that way, and I got exposure to do these presentations in Toronto and in Mississauga. This year they're having it in, I believe, Waterloo, or they're having it, and they have their regionals in Alberta. So it was a wonderful experience, starting off with Enactus. And then when I was in my third year, I got an opportunity from Dr. Akinbola to take over the presidency of BOSS, which was obviously an incredible opportunity that I got as a third year student to be the president of the entire business society of Aurelia. But Dr. Akinbola saw that I was very motivated to help the campus any way I could, so I took on the presidency of BOSS. And with BOSS, we've done incredible work. We represented Lakehead in the TD Tower in downtown Toronto at the Bloomberg offices. We went there. I was representing Lakehead, Aurelia, and beside me were the top schools in the country. UFT, TMU, all those big universities. We were standing, together. We were standing neck and neck, and I had the opportunity to really, represent Lakehead as a whole, not just Aurelia, but Thunder Bay as well. And, show Bloomberg what, Lakehead students had to offer. And they were very impressed with what we had to do and what we had to say over there. It was a wonderful session representing Lakehead and doing those types of activities. And, I got that opportunity in Lakehead. I'm sure in UFT, for example, that must have been very difficult to be able to claw and get, for example. But Lakehead, if you have the ambition to be a leader, that journey is shorter than most universities. Definitely, for sure. That is something that I can say very confidently.
That's amazing. And it's very clear that you have taken a lot of initiative in your time here. That's such a valuable experience, in my opinion. And on top of all that, I know that you have been recognized in multiple student leadership awards as well. Can you tell us a bit about those and what they meant to you?
Oh yeah, those are something that I hold dearly to my heart. So I've won a lot of scholarships and bursaries at my time at Lakehead, and getting those email notifications are always very exciting to see. Of course, there are. It's very exciting to know that your work is being recognized on campus, and that people are watching what you're doing. But my favorite award that I've ever won, in all honesty, is the leadership awards that I won last year. So with Enactus, we won the Community Engagement Award, the Innovation Award, as well as the Luminary Award, and I received 3 plaques for that. And when I went back home this summer, I was able to give 3 plaques to my mom and say, "Hey, mom, this is for you. Here's a token of everything, you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, and here's something tangible that you can look into every day and say, this is what my son has received, and be confident and proud of that." So, yeah, Lakehead has so many opportunities and rewarding opportunities as well, rewarding me for my hard work, and that has been absolutely incredible. Yeah, sometimes I call my mom up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. when it's the time there, because of the time difference. I call her up late at night and tell her, "Hey, mom, I've received this award," and she'll be half asleep, and she'll just be like, "Oh, good. I'll call you in the morning if that's fine with you." So I'm sure those are happy calls that she receives, and then when she wakes up, she calls me and we talk more about it. But yes, these opportunities have been absolutely incredible.
That's an excellent perspective. Like, it really shows how leadership at Lakehead is all about collaboration and community. So before we wrap up, Joel, what would you say to future students who are considering studying business at Lakehead, especially at the Aurelia campus?
My biggest advice to potential students that are coming into the university would be that be ambitious. I think being ambitious is the main goal when you're in business, especially, right? Because the ceiling is just unlimited. I never thought that I would be sitting in front of you all today, giving talking about my experience at Lakehead, because I was never ambitious when I started, but I grew into those roles. I grew into the expectations and responsibilities that I was given, and I'm a much better person because of it, right? So my only advice would be, it is possible to juggle everything, to be able to juggle academics, business opportunities, extracurricular activities at Lakehead, work as well, and your social life is also very important, and it is possible. And I don't think it's as tricky as people make it out to seem. I think it's pretty straightforward once you're in the groove of it, and it is very rewarding. I'm in my 4th year now. I have so many opportunities waiting for me once I graduate already. I've had many conversations with potential employers saying, "Joel, we want you to come work with us once you've graduated." And I've gotten offers from Toronto and Calgary, and I'm just, yet to make my decision on that yet. But having those options available because of the work that I've done on campus, being recognized not just by the university administration, but by external companies as well, is so rewarding, right? And because of how Lakehead is set up, you do get those opportunities. You will find those opportunities. You will get access to those opportunities, which is what I love about Lakehead. You can start anything you want on campus. So my recommendation would be just go for it. If you see something fun, go and do it for the fun of it. Go do it for the heck of it. But it's out there for you. Everything's out there for you. Go and get whatever you need to get. That would be my advice for them.
That's great advice and a fantastic way to close, Joel. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your experience as a business student at an Aurelia campus. Your story is a perfect example of how students can make the most of their time at Lakehead. Now that we have heard from an Aurelia student, I'd like to shift over to our Thunder Bay campus and introduce another incredible student from our MSc background. So, thank you.
I'm really excited to introduce our next guest, a current student in the Faculty of Business Administration, joining us today, Alysha, who's graduated from Honors Bachelor's of Commerce program here at Lakehead University and who's currently doing the Masters of Science in Management. Alysha, thank you so much for joining us today. And could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here talking to all you future students. As you said, my name is Alysha. I'm currently in my Master's of Science in Management. It's a one-year program, and I just this past year finished my undergrad at Lakehead. I did my undergrad, it was my Honors Bachelor of Commerce, and I majored in marketing.
That's wonderful. Thanks for being here. I actually wanted to have someone like you join because you have had such a wide range of experiences throughout your time here in the business program. So let's just go back to the beginning. What do you feel like about Lakehead and the campus life here?
Yeah, I'm actually from out of town. I'm from Surrey, British Columbia, which is near Vancouver. I transferred here going into my third year. I previously did 2 years at a different university, and my volleyball journey is kind of what brought me to Lakehead. I was super attracted to Lakehead because of the campus being like super small. It's really nice being on a small campus. I previously went to a bigger university, so the small campus, like I know where everything is. I can get to my classes really fast. You're always seeing familiar faces because it's such a small school. Like you're always smiling, seeing your friends, your colleagues, your professors, they all know you. So the campus is it's super vibrant. There's always a lot going on. During the day, like when you're walking around, there's always little things set up, whether it's like career fairs. There's like fresh food markets on campus, stuff like that. So there's always a lot going on. We have a lot of really great on-campus spots. We have an on-campus restaurant, which is also a bar. We have on-campus coffee shops like a Starbucks, our student union run coffee shop. So the campus is awesome. There's a lot of really great places to hang out with friends and spend your time.
That's really great. So actually, I wanted to know a lot about you and what kind of extracurricular activities can one participate in during your program?
Yeah, so for me, the biggest extracurricular activity I participate in is obviously being a varsity athlete. So if athletics is something that you future students are interested in, I definitely encourage you to reach out to the coaches. You can find their emails online. Maybe you want to play sports, but not quite at the varsity level. We have intramurals, which you can sign up with friends, with teammates. If you don't have any friends, you can still, or like teammates that want to sign up with you, you can still sign up by yourself and get put on a team. The options for intramurals are endless. There's volleyball, basketball, flag football, inner tube, basketball where you're like in the pool. They have dodgeball, beach volleyball, like anything you can think of, there's an intramural for it. So participate in like a fun way to get some exercise and meet new people. Some other extracurricular activities that I've participated in myself is our student union has a ton of clubs, literally something for everybody. I myself joined the Women in Sport Association club, so we would go on like walks, we would go into like gymnastics, watching the varsity sports. So there's clubs for if you're interested in photography, film, um, finance, like there's just a club for everything. It's all on the student union website. It's super easy. You just click join. You don't have to like have any credentials. You can just join, which I didn't actually know until last year. So there's a ton of clubs, another great way to meet people. Other extracurricular activities I participated in, I did something called a work study. So you do have to apply and be eligible for it, so you'd have to check into if you're able to do that. But my work study position was I was a a content creator for undergrad recruitment for 3 years, which was a paid position. So I helped out with like Instagram, TikTok. I would give tours on campus to future students. I have some friends who also did the work study program. They worked jobs at the front desk, helping out with like the international department at Student Success Center. So if you are looking for a way to get some part-time hours, you have some free time, you can apply for the work study position, and there's a ton of positions on campus that are really great ways to get work experience and also earn some extra money.
That sounds incredible, Alysha, not just from an academic standpoint, but also personally. Like having that kind of exposure is such a valuable experience, in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm glad that you were able to enjoy that. Another question that I would like to ask you is, after spending so many years studying at Lakehead, what do you see as the biggest benefits of studying here, and what are you excited about moving forward?
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefits that I personally have definitely experienced living at Lakehead. Academic wise, the smaller class sizes definitely help you have a more personalized learning experience. So all my professors know me by name, I know them by name. We have a great relationship. Like a lot of my classes would have less than 40 students in it. So professors are super accommodating to their students. You always feel like you can approach them with questions. You're not just another number like you would be at some bigger universities. So academically, it's really nice having that option, like to go up and talk to your professor. If you need, help with an assignment, maybe an extra day to finish something, professors are usually super accommodating with that. Another thing is there's just less competition in terms of positions. So, like for me, applying for work study to be a content creator for one of Lakehead's biggest social media handles, basically, I expressed interest in doing that, and I got the job. And like I kept being able to keep going because I did a good job. But in bigger universities, it's hard to get those opportunities. Like I know if you're interested in kinesiology, as an athlete, basically anyone who expresses interest in coming and being a student trainer and working with the teams, they have a position for you. I know that I have some friends who went to bigger universities and they wanted to get into kinesiology and physio, and they wanted to work with the varsity teams, but there was just too many people and it was a huge application and super competitive. So it's really awesome to go to a school that like anything you want, like they'll make it happen for you. So that's another huge advantage to the school. And the last advantage of going to Lakehead, I would say, is outside of just the school, but the city itself, super close-knit, tight-knit. The school and the city are kind of like the communities are really combined into one, especially as a varsity athlete. Like all the varsity sports games are sold out, like the whole community is behind you. It's like sort of a sense of pride to be like a Thunderwolf athlete, a Thunderwolf student. Like you and the community are like definitely one, which is a super unique feeling that I didn't have at another university I was at and living in a bigger city. So it's a really unique experience for the community to be so involved with the school and also the school to be so involved with the community.
That's really great that you were able to make your interests into your passion and just move forward with it at Lakehead. That it's a really good experience in my opinion. So your experience as a student in the HBCom program and now in the MSc program, what you have gained and what would you recommend or give an advice to prospective students who's willing to come for the same program as you?
Yeah, if you're someone who's interested in going into business, I would say that's awesome. Like the best part about the business program at Lakehead is you don't have to choose your major until your third year. So for me, I didn't know that I wanted to major in marketing. I didn't know I wanted to go into research. So I did my first 3 years where you have to take classes in accounting, finance, statistics, human resources, marketing. You kind of get a little taste of everything. And then by your third year, you've taken one or two classes in every field. And then you can really decide, okay, HR was the class I did best at. It was the class I had the most fun in. So I'm going to choose this as my major. So I would say, like, if you don't, I think that business is a great program to go into if you kind of don't know what you want to do. Like anything that you get to try a bunch of different things in your first and second year, I think is great. The skills that I've learned in my business classes are super applicable to my everyday life. It's definitely like made me a more well-rounded student academically. So I would say like choosing business in your first and second year is like one of the best things you can do for your education. And going into my master's, I didn't really know too much about that until my last year of my undergrad. But for business students, you have two options for your master's. So you can do the Master's of Science in Management, which is a research-based master's, or the Master's of Business Administration, which is a course-based master's. So if you know you're really enjoying your undergrad, you maybe want to get into a higher level position after you graduate, and research is something that you're interested in, or management is something that you're interested in, having that master's is definitely like a way to get a one up, to separate yourself from the majority of the population who just does an undergrad. So I think that yeah, like if you come to Lakehead and you're really enjoying business, the master's programs here are great. They're also only 1 year long. So the reason why I stayed was it's one more year and I have my master's degree. So, and there's a lot of great people on staff on campus that can help you out with questions once you get to Lakehead and once you've enrolled in the business program. If you're interested about that, like there's a ton of people that you can email and then can answer your questions about that.
That's so fantastic to hear and such a thoughtful reflection of your time here. Thank you so much, Alysha, for sharing your story and also giving us a glimpse into what Lakehead business experience is really like. Next, we'll be hearing from one of our professors in the Faculty of Business Administration who'll share more about their teachings and research. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And in this segment, we are diving into the undergraduate programs offered through Lakehead University's Faculty of Business Administration, or FOBA. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Yeung today, who's the chair of years 3 and 4, and also the coordinator of the International Dual Degree Program. So Dr. Yeung, thank you so much for being here. Let's start with a quick introduction. Could you tell us about yourself? And also your role as chairs, and also what you do as a coordinator of the International Dual Degree Program.
Okay, thank you very much. So welcome. My name is Yeung, Yeung. I'm glad to be here. So I am the coordinator of the International Dual Degree and also the chair of years 3 and 4, and also an associate professor in the Faculty of Business Administration at Lakehead University, the Thunder Bay campus. So basically what I do, in particular for the chair of years 3 and 4, is that this is our undergraduate program. So we have the Honors Bachelor of Commerce, and in particular, I do handle the last 2 years of this particular 4-year program. For students, I do mainly provide academic advising in terms of things like program requirements, course selections to 3rd and 4th year students, especially, for example, any exchange students and also any college transfer students. So I provide academic advising to those students. And then for the coordinator of the International Dual Degree, what I do is that basically we will talk about this as well later on in terms of what that means, the International Dual Degree, which is a very exciting, unique opportunity for students. But I'm also the coordinator of that. So any students who are interested in that particular program are also going to be coming to myself to ask any questions. So basically, I'm the go-to person for that particular program as well.
Thank you so much for that. So just to for students to understand it better or who may not be familiar, could you give us an overview of all the undergraduate business programs that is offered here at Lakehead?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So for undergraduate programs in business here at Lakehead, our main program is our 4-year Honors Bachelor of Commerce. We call that the HBCom. So we have 2 campuses, one in Thunder Bay, one in Aurelia, and HBCom is available at both campuses. So essentially, the first 2 years of the program are common, regardless of your major. So when you come in, you are going to be taking the same courses to give you kind of the foundational knowledge in business, in areas such as accounting, finance, human resources, marketing, information systems, management, and also a little bit of statistics and economics. So basically enough materials for you so that you could actually specialize in your 3rd and the 4th years of the program. So in the last 2 years of the program, basically you specialize in one of the majors. In Thunder Bay, we have 8 majors, and then in Aurelia, we have 1 major available for HPCom. And for HPCom, you can also choose a minor as well, if you like, on top of the major. So this is our main program here, HPCom. We also have a 3-year Bachelor of Administration, which we call the BAdmin program. It is more general. It's only 3 years, not 4 years, but because of the shorter duration, then it's a more general degree, and then you do not have the opportunity to major in a particular subject area. So it's more general business degree in that sense. And then we also have the international dual degree, which is once again very exciting, and we will talk about more later on, which basically, to give you some ideas right now, is a program that allows you to get 2 degrees in business, one from Lakehead and then one from our partner institution in one of the European countries in 4 years. But we'll get to that later on in the session.
Thank you so much for that overview of the business faculty and the undergraduate programs that we have here at Lakehead. I also wanted to ask you, there are many business schools across Canada. So what sets Lakehead's Faculty of Business Administration apart from the rest?
Okay, so I would say that there are many factors, and it's the combination of all these factors or aspect of the program that actually make us very unique. So first of all, we have the AACSB accreditation, which is an international accreditation body, especially in business. And that speaks to the quality of the education that we provide to our students. So what that means is that every period, usually 5 to 6 years, then we have to meet the particular requirements of that particular organization, AACSB, in terms of faculty qualifications, in terms of curriculum development, in terms of teaching, in terms of services, in terms of research, and etc., to ensure that we meet those particular requirements. So they come, as I said, every 5 to 6 years to look at all those, and then we could get re-accredited in that particular time period. And then at the same time, for certain majors, and we have accounting, finance, and human resources management, those particular majors are actually accredited by their professional bodies or affiliated with their professional bodies. Basically, what that means is that they give you a pathway to work towards a particular destination in that particular area. And then the other thing is that we have small class sizes, not only in the final 2 years of the undergraduate program, but actually through the 4 years. So the first 2 years are a little bit larger with about 50, 55 students in a class. But when you get to your 3rd and 4th year classes, then we are basically looking at maybe 10, 15, 20, 25, depending on your major. So those class sizes are perfect for in-class discussions, participations, group activities, presentations, and etc. And that also allows us, like faculty members or professors, to get to know our students, and also you as students to get to know us in a much better way in a small class setting. And we also have co-op opportunities as well. We also have, once again, a very exciting international dual degree opportunity for you to get 2 degrees in 4 years. So all these combined together, I would say, would be something that makes us unique among the business schools.
Thank you so much for that information. Like, even I have heard from students saying that they often say that the supportive environment and also the practical experience is what gave them a real advantage in their own careers. So thank you so much for that. Dr. Yeung, when students walk into a business class at Lakehead, what kind of learning experience can they expect from the professors?
Right. Thank you. Thank you for the question. So I would say, as I said, first of all, again, the small class size environment. So you are not going to be walking into big lecture halls with 200 students, 300 students in a class. you are going to be, as I said, walking into a small classroom. You get to know your professor gets to know you, you get to know your classmates, and etc. And there are going to be a lot of group activities, participation, discussions, looking at cases, working on cases, presentations, and etc. So it's going to be very interactive. And by the time you also get to the upper years, especially, for example, the 4th year, we have a capstone, which is mandatory for every single business in our HPCOM program. And in that particular capstone class, then you actually get to work with the local community. So a local organization, say in Thunder Bay, and you get to work with some managers in that particular organization for some real life scenarios or to try to solve some real life problems. So all these basically are going to be kind of the experience that you'll get by walking into the classroom here at Lakehead.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So, Dr. Wing, I also know that you also oversee the International Dual Degree Program. Could you explain what that is and how it can benefit students? I know you did that in the introduction part, but then if you could go a bit more in depth, and what kind of experiences do students gain from studying at both Lakehead and also the partner university abroad?
Okay, thank you. Yes, so the International Dual Degree Program is a very exciting program once again. That is not available in the majority of the business schools in Canada. Only a very limited number of the business schools in Canada have something like this. So essentially, the idea is to get 2 degrees in the same time period for the majority of the majors available here in business. And 1 degree is going to be from us, Lakehead University, your HPCOM, and then the other degree is going to be from one of our partner schools in Europe. So as of now, we have 3 partner institutions. We have 1 in France, we have 1 in England, and 1 in Germany. So for all 3 options, what you have to do is to go to that particular country or that particular institution for 1 year during your 3rd year. So you stay with us for 2 years, for the first 2 years at Lakehead, and then you go there during your 3rd year, and then you come back to do your 4th year. So upon successful completion of all the requirements with Lakehead and also with the other institution, then you actually get 2 degrees, again, 1 from Lakehead and then 1 from the other partner institution. And then even better than that, for example, if you want to major in something here in business at Lakehead, you could choose to major in something else in the other institution, okay, in business as well. So you could get, for example, 1 finance major here at Lakehead, and then you could get, for example, a marketing major from another partner school. Okay, so depending on the partner school, there are different options available. So I guess it's a very good opportunity for you if you want to get exposed to another country, another culture, another education system. If you like travel, right, then you can get to travel to Europe and then to visit other countries as well. And the good thing is that all the courses are going to be delivered in English. So if you go to France, you don't have to know French in order to go there. Obviously, it's a better idea to learn some French over there when you live there, right? But you don't have to know French if you take courses over there. Same idea for Germany. You don't have to know German in order to take the courses over there. And on top of that, basically you pay the same tuition fees. You do not have to pay any additional tuition fees by participating in this particular program. See, so the same tuition fees as if you were to stay here, for example, in Thunder Bay for 4 years or in Aurelia for 4 years to complete our HPCOM. So all these, I would say, would be very, very attractive and exciting opportunities for students. And also it's going to be a very useful experience, experiential learning as well, and something to add to your resume, to add to your CV.
That sounds really perfect. Like, I mean, I feel like it's a really incredible way to experience another culture, and also learn how business operates globally, and also stand out to employers who value that kind of international experience. So this is really good to know. My next question to you is, how does the Faculty of Business Administration prepare students for life after graduation, whether that's just entering the workforce or starting a business or just pursuing further studies? What do you think about that?
Okay. Thank you for the question. And I would say that we do a very excellent job in terms of that. So as we said, our program is designed to provide foundational knowledge in all subject areas in business in the first 2 years, and then followed by some specialized knowledge depending on the major. So according to my experience and also the feedback provided by employers and also feedback provided by students, then basically all the materials that we teach, and then students are able to apply those after graduation in terms of their employment. And then, as I said, we also provide experiential learning, such as the capstone class in the 4th year, providing them with the opportunities even before they graduate to work with some local organizations, so they know how to deal with some real life scenarios, real life conversations as well. And then that would also be enhancing their interpersonal skills. So it's not just that they have to know the materials in our courses, they also have to have interpersonal skills in order to excel in employment or after graduation. And according to statistics, the large majority of our students are able to secure a job shortly after their graduation, and some of them even get those before their 4th year or within their 4th year. So which is speaking to the quality of the education or the preparation that we provide to our students. And some students also chose to study or pursue graduate studies after graduation, either with us or with some other institutions. And then they also had a very successful time in terms of that transition.
That's really good to know, Dr. Yeung. My final question to you is, what advice would you give to any future students who's considering joining Lakehead's business programs?
Okay. I think that is a very important question because I would say it's not only about studying. Studying obviously is very important to ensure that you keep up with the readings, keep up with the materials, and to ensure that you successfully complete the program. But at the same time, enjoy the university campus, enjoy the university life. So participate in some extracurricular activities. So there are some student clubs, some student associations in business and outside of business on campus as well. There are many events on a regular basis on campus. So make sure you join those. Again, there's a balance between all those activities and also studying. And we also offer very exciting opportunities as well. Our international dual degree exchange program, co-op program, and etc. If you're interested in something like that, to add to your just the studying and to, for example, be able to go to another country to study for 1 semester or 1 year to add to your experience. So once again, I would say just to enjoy the 4 years, and then we are here to help. So for example, as the chair, I'm providing academic advising to students, and feel free to ask any questions to your professors or to the chairs. We are here to help, so you are not by yourself.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yeung, for that advice, and I'm sure the audience today must have, taken really good knowledge from it. So thank you so much for sharing your insights and also giving us a closer look at what makes the Faculty of Business Administration such a strong and supportive place to study in business. And we will be moving on to our next segment now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now we will be moving into our Q&A section. Please send in your questions through the chat or Q&A function, and we'll be able to answer those. I can see a question before we wrap up. So are there any opportunities for scholarships? So It depends on if you are looking for undergraduate or graduate scholarships. We do have scholarships based out of like undergraduate. So for undergraduate, it is merit based. So as I mentioned it to another applicant, if you're looking for scholarships for undergraduate programs, then you'll be automatically considered. You do not have to do any kind of applications for that. So you can just, what you can do is I will just share you the URL wherein you can just find all the information that you're looking for this program. You're looking for international graduate, yeah. So I have shared you the link for international graduates. So we have 2 scholarships that are available, although those will be the graduate assistantship as well as faculty research awards for graduate students. If you are selected for those, the graduate team will be contacting you, mentioning that you have gotten that, and in case you during your application time you are not audited by them, or you have not been selected, then unfortunately that means that you will not be getting that scholarship. So yeah, you can just read about it in the URL that I have given, and just try to understand more of how it's going to work. Also, Christian, so graduate students are available for a range of funding opportunities, as I mentioned, including the graduate assistantship and research assistantship and faculty-based awards. So what I would say is I would recommend you to check directly with the Graduate Studies Office or program for the most up-to-date details. If there are no more questions, then I will just wrap up the session today. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next webinar.
Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. You can connect with us on social media. You can find us at Lakehead International on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We hope to see you in our next live webinar. Bye for now.